My name is Mario Lopez. I work upstairs in non-tax debt in VRC vehicle registration collections. And I'm a developer, so I see a lot of things in life from an analytical point of view, and so my speeches come from an analytical point of view. Oops.
Just hit enter.
There we go. So this is a two-part speech. This is part one of a two-part speech, then part two I'm going to give next week. And it's geared to give you encouragement. I'm sure you've heard a lot of the things that I'm going to speak on today. I'm going to speak on first action, and then I'm going to go into what others have said about action, and then how I interpret it. So the topic is action. Action is defined as the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve a goal. It's basically something done or performed as an act or a deed. Somebody said, action speaks louder than words, and is credited to Mr. Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, I think. Now, I've been speaking on life process. I see life as a process, processes in life. And where action fits is you have your life perspective, which is the way you see life. You have your attitude, which is based on your life perspective. Because you have a certain attitude, you're going to have certain choices or opportunities that open up to you. And you're going to make certain decisions based on the choices that you think you're presented with, and then you're going to take action. That's where action is in the process. So, first of all, action comes from making a decision, and you make a decision based on your judgment. One of the things about action is doing nothing is an action. Actions do not lie. What that means is you can do things, and when you do things, it's done. But when you say something, you can do something else, and you know that it's a lie. So I teach my children, actions don't lie, because you can say, I just love peas, and if you got peas on your plate, you're not eating those peas, what's the lie? Is it the action, or is it what you said? It's never the action. Now, I've had arguments with people that say, well, somebody could have an ulterior motive, and they could be giving you gifts to be your friend, and then they could turn around and stab you in the back. But in actuality, you could see their motive through their actions, and we'll get more into that. Actions produce a result. So when you do something, you're going to get something. It's kind of like, and I'm going to get more into this in part two, where you get a seed, you put your finger in the dirt, drop the seed in the ground, you cover it, and you water it, and eventually you're going to get a plant, and the plant's going to grow, and eventually it's going to have fruit. We own our actions. We are responsible for our actions. When you own something, you also have responsibility. So whatever you've done is your responsibility, your action. You own your actions. So I tell that to my smaller children, and eventually they get that concept. It's kind of the thing where somebody finds something broken in the house, you say, well, what happened here? And nobody wants to own up and do it, unless somebody says, oh, I saw so-and-so do it, And I have arguments with my 13-year-old now, because he's into that thing where, he's never at fault. And I know it's just going to get worse as he gets older, until he matures. Actions are great if you have a target, and I'll get more into that in part two. What that means is, when you have something, a goal in your mind, you're more apt to go in that direction to achieve your goal. So when you don't have a goal, then your actions really, you don't have a lot of motivation behind your action. What others have said. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't do anything, you're not going to gain anything. This is Chaucer, the picture of him. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thought, which means that what they're thinking, it'll come out in their actions. That's Mr. Locke. Our friend Mr. Ben, I had some great pictures of, they put them on the $100 bill. Well done is better than well said. So that's one way to say it. But it's well done is better than well said. And this is an Italian saying at the pizza. Between saying and doing, many a pair of shoes is worn out. After all is said and done, a lot more will have been said than done. People talk more than what they do. And then Mr. Herbert here, Lord Herbert, the shortest answer is doing. And then Oscar Wilde, action is the last resource of those who know not how to dream. In other words, when you finish talking, you're going to take action. That's the way I interpret it. I like this one. Talk doesn't cook rice. You've got to take action to cook that rice. Nice and short and to the point. And then Sam Johnson, great works are performed not by strength but perseverance. So perseverance is very important in action. And lastly, Mr. Coolidge, he's the 30th president, has said, nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, press on, has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Thank you.